This is a Nekko Media podcast.
What's your pleasure, sir?
Welcome, cinephiles and Cenobites. This is Cinebite23 of Season 3. I'm your host, Annika Pussyfoot. On this episode, Mox and Ono review the adventure film Cold Skin, directed by Xavier Gens, with the screenplay by Jesus Olmo and Eron Sheean. Spoilers ahead.
All right, welcome to a new episode of the Cinephiles and Cenobites podcast. My name is Onofre, and with me, my creative life mate, Mox.
Hello, all.
Hello. So today we're gonna review the indie. It says adventure. I think it's an adventure too. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I feel like that's just random. That's the kid's first week at a video store, and he doesn't know where to put some shit that kind of is a mix of genres. So yeah, adventure. All right, I guess so.
So it's more. I think it's more sci-fi than anything.
Maybe, you know why? Because there's a lot of cultural commentary on here. So yeah, I feel like sci-fi does do that the best.
Yeah. What do you think? It's the main. Now, what part of the blockbuster is this going to be in?
Whew. Yeah, I'd put it, if sci-fi and horror were shelves, you know, if they shared like a middle kind of thing, or you know, their edge of their sections were a bucking, I'd put it right there.
Okay.
It's somewhere between sci-fi and horror, because it's not really, it presents itself in kind of a horror skin. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely closer to sci-fi drama, that kind of deal.
Sure. The movie we're talking about is called Cold Skin.
Cold Skin, a Shudder exclusive, y'all.
Oh, okay. The film is directed by Xavier Gens, who also did Hitman, 2007's Hitman, The Real Hitman, played by Timothy Oliphant. And the film
you, Agent 47, whatever that shit-ass shit is.
Oh, the film is written by Jesus Olmo, and it's based on the novel by Albert Sanchez Pinol. And the film stars, you got the three main characters, actress, Ray Stevenson, David Oakes, and Aura Garrido. And we also have John Benfield and Ben Temple, Ivan Gonzalez. Some other characters in there. Ship crew member, Israel Bodero, Roberto Rincon. But basically, so in a nutshell, Cold Skin. So it's based in 1914. A young man arrives at a remote island near the Antarctic Circle to take the post of a weather observer, only to find himself trapped in a watchtower besieged by deadly creatures which live in hiding on the island.
Is that your synopsis? Because that's pretty good.
No, that's IMDb.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. So 1914, so weather observer, and so I wouldn't say watchtower, it's a lighthouse.
Yes. Lighthouse. I don't know where they got watchtower from when it's clearly a lighthouse, but
clearly. But this is like middle of nowhere. No one is in a hurry to get there.
Nope.
Like you go there, people question why you would want to be on, isolated on.
Yeah, it's desolate as fuck. It's isolated as fuck. Yeah. It's basically the edge of the world.
Yeah.
So anyone who goes there, and I like that, the inference of the protagonist, why would someone want to go there? He's, he must be dealing with some heavy shit on his mind and just needs to sort out his feelings. And so he takes a 1-year posting as a weather observer, where I guess he just documents the season and the whatever the fuck on this slab of nowhere.
Yeah. And it's interesting, the character is played by David Oakes. He's only referred to as Friend, and that's what he's cast as. His character name is Friend.
Oh.
And And Stevenson is a Gruner who is actually, in our eyes, the most real Punisher.
Yes.
Lexi
Well,
Alexander
in cinema.
in cinema, yes. John
Yes, in
Bernthal
cinema
is also amazing Punisher.
is amazing Punisher. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lexi Alexander's cinematic version of the Punisher is the only one we will truly recognize cinematically.
Cinematically, that's the real one. Oh.
Hmm.
And I really like the Micro in the Punisher series too. Like he was dope.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
As opposed to Wayne Knight's one.
Yeah, I like the some of the nuances Wayne Knight came up with for that character, but yeah, I mean, and he also did not have as long to kind of live in that skin as the guy who played him in the series.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Played by Eben Moss Backrack.
nice.
David Lieberman. I really love the chemistry between Micro and Frank. And I that one scene too, where he they're going on not a road trip, but right, they're going, I forget where they were heading to, but I think Micro only got Frank a MRE, like, and like he totally made himself like a foot long sandwich, and he's like, "Did you make me one?"
Oh yeah.
No. I thought he was going to totally like bust his head open and take the sandwich from him, but he was like, no, that's when they were going to go see Gunner.
Right.
So I was like, all right, but yeah, shout out to the
arms dealer. Yeah.
Punisher, but Ray Stevenson is the real cinematic Punisher.
He is absolutely, and shout out to Lexi Alexander.
Yeah.
Lexi, please make another movie that is not Gifted or Lifted or whatever the fuck. Anyway, getting back to this movie, yeah.
Cold Skin. You really liked it. I really
loved
enjoyed
it. Yeah.
it. So basically, these creatures have been, I guess, what would you say? They're trying to siege the island. Is this their island?
That's their island.
Okay. And the character of Gruner, like he's been there. So we get at the end of the movie, we kind of see how it kind of
comes
cycles.
full circle.
Yeah.
The Ray Stevenson started off as the weather observer.
You think he was the original weather observer?
Yes, his name is not Gruner.
Oh. Okay, I see.
That was my read on it.
I see. But how long do you think he's been on the island before Friend showed up?
I think he was just there that year, and in that span of the year since he showed up to the island, the real lighthouse guy got fucking murked, and then he kind of took over,
Wow.
I feel like his family got murked, or he had someone he lost, Ray Stevens, and then he kind of isolated himself and fortified himself up in the watchtower, which is clearly a lighthouse.
But do you think, so then that would imply that it took only 1 year as well for him to break into the way he is? Because then clearly he is just, he's gone. There's no
he's gone
way.
As fuck. Yeah,
he is gone.
Yeah, and he has a nice arc because he's kind of isolated himself not only from the world but from his humanity. With the loss of his loved one, he just becomes rage and hate and emptiness personified.
Like and he I'll say tamed that Nereus, his pet.
His pet / sex slave / fucking.
I don't even know if that's like like when we see that scene, it's like, okay, this guy's gone. Like
as fuck. Yeah.
He's not crazy. Well, he's beyond crazy.
Oh yeah. I don't even know about that. Like you picked it up from the trailer though, and I didn't as fuck. So that was a left turn for me.
That was just like it cleared up there, like, because it looked like, no, it can't be that kind of movie. Like this is this is foreign independent. You can tell this is a foreign independent.
This movie is not the movie that the trailer cuts though, and I understand they needed to frame a narrative that would be easy to digest and understand because it's so much more than a dude or two dudes trapped in a lighthouse on an island that gets a nightly wave of fucking mutant marauders. It's an exploration, I think, of a lot of themes, about colonialism, about imperialism, about where man fits in the universe and what is his role in nature and with nature. Is it something that he needs to conquer? Is it something that he needs to exist with?
Yeah.
There's a lot of complex things, going on in this little creature feature that is actually not a creature feature.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when you mentioned that colonialism, like it's this island. It basically it's not like they set up shop. It's just
Outposts,
an outpost. Yeah, I mean,
kind of really nothing. No, I guess some ships every now and then pass by. That's why the lighthouse, but nothing. It's just uninhabited. It's nothing.
yeah, like it's just yeah. If you definitely need to put your feet up, I guess you can.
Yeah,
you can go here.
There. Yeah,
But I mean, and it sucks because in Friend, within the first night, he gets.
Right, I like that. It just off the bat started. Somehow I thought
Yeah.
it was going to be a slower burn until we get to the monsters. Nope.
Yeah, and
First night and decimated, basically, right?
well, he spends the next day fortifying it, but then like clearly this is not his thing because he burned the place down. Like, oh my god!
I know, he's so terrible.
Like, dude, you are not gonna survive.
You better get to that lighthouse
Yeah.
and be with the Punisher, or else you're toast.
Yeah.
You fucking burn down your only fucking refuge. Like, oh god,
My god.
not looking good. All in the first act too. Like,
Yeah.
oh man,
So it's like, all right, yeah, you're done. You're done.
you're done. You're so done.
Like I got supplies, right? You should have told them. Do you have any tobacco? Yeah, I got tobacco.
Right.
Yeah, I'll
Right,
get
right,
you some,
right.
you know.
And I think had he done that when Ray Stevens asked him, Ray Stevens might have given him a heads up on how to make it through the night. Like, oh, by
Yeah.
the way, nightly, and also you're right by the beach where these monsters come.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't got no tobacco, which I know clearly you do. Fuck you then.
But see, I enjoyed this part of the movie where like, okay, it's a standoff, right? I gotta protect this
Right.
house, you know.
Right.
Give me
Right,
that
right,
Under
right.
Armour sponsorship. Protect this house. But
Right.
you think Stevenson was like, this guy needs to break himself in.
I think a lot of that is there because, right, he said, look, man, you got to do your part or else I'm going to kick you out into the streets, cowering in the fucking inside when it's time to do war.
Oh yeah,
Like-
yeah. Like
break yourself, right?
right, yeah. Like, you know,
break yourself, fool.
break yourself, man. But I feel like like he needed him to find out on his own.
On his own.
If you're just gonna tell me, I'm not gonna believe you. And then if we're in the shit, it's like, okay,
Right.
you're the experienced one. You take care of this. I'll be your backup. But then, so I think he did all right he was justified in letting him figure it out on his own. But then,
Right.
if he wasn't gonna let him in, I was like, no, it's strength in numbers. Strength in numbers, Punisher. Let him in. But then he, his first night with them, he did cower. So it's like, all right.
I mean, yeah, to me too. Like, I think I would need a little transitory period too, because that's intense.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Your world just basically got bigger and weirder and scarier.
I know,
almost like
and that's
instantly.
It's crazy. Well, we find out it's not a nightly thing.
Right.
It's almost seasonal. But then it's like, we find out like, do you want to keep doing this like the whole year though? Like we have to find out what's going on. Like why are they attacking? Or so Friend, it's like we need to make well, I think after the whole dynamite thing, right? That was intense.
Mhm.
Like,
That was intense.
like he set off that first bomb. It's like you don't need to do the second one.
Yeah.
Like they're
Besides the danger close,
oh yeah, like this. If once that lighthouse goes down, we're done. We're done. You gotta make peace. But they dropped the bombs, and that was enough for them to say, "Hey, we give up. Let's make peace." And I
Right.
think Stevenson was just so far out there.
Still, yeah, he kills that little baby
Yeah.
kid.
I think
Oh,
that was
shit, I didn't say that.
unintentional. That was well, he just shot off that flare, and that we see that alien, that creature, just go up in flames right there. You think that was his
Dude,
kid though?
It could be, but it burned to death from the inside. What a harrowing! That was hard to watch. I'm
Yeah.
like, they needed to make that a monster kid, because an actual human-looking kid, that would have got a fucking X rating, or I don't know if I could have dealt with that. That's fucking intense.
Yeah.
I think this movie though, explores closer to, the novel version of I Am Legend than the actual film version of I Am Legend, where we realize, or we kind of take a step back and think, who is the actual monster here? I mean, and it was definitely Ray Stevens and the new guy.
Yeah, and I think it explores too, like, just how a person breaks under, not pressure, but just like these scenarios,
Just extreme stress, or right.
Because then David Oakes was like, okay, we can keep fighting, but then I want there to be an end game. I don't want to keep doing this.
Right.
Stevenson
Versus
was like,
Stevens was,
I want to take over the world, or this is my place. I want to eradicate these creatures.
These things,
This is my place. But well, he was seeking an end game too, but it wasn't peace. It wasn't peace.
Well, I think too, he
he's the
was
king.
more obsessed, right, with just the mechanics of it all. He didn't mind going through it over and over and over, because he just kind of like killing them, eradicating them, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Eradication without end.
Oh, and he didn't want to leave the island either, too. Right?
Nope.
He was happy where he was.
He was happy where he was, or as close. He was content, or whatever. Yeah, he didn't
Sure.
want off. He didn't want a break in that cycle of hideousness.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
Fucked up.
So yeah, we got two different dudes.
Yeah.
There's two different minds, but we'll see who. So you think with friend? So now he's gonna play this, like. Did they? Well, there's no longer a cycle, right? It breaks at him, right? Because now
It breaks at him.
They got multiple ships now, and I think they're at war now. Maybe.
Yes, the First World War, I think, was kicking off around then.
Oh, okay.
So this port actually might become, or not port, but this outpost might actually get sucked into the larger world scape, because of this new war, or because of whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So that ending reminded me a little bit of the ending of Apocalypto.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. I see that parallel. Oh, nice.
So yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it. It's more than what it presents as, and I think
you definitely get more.
Yeah.
If you initially saw the trailer, you definitely get more out of the story.
Right. Yep.
And it is quite the adventure.
It is. It takes you on. It's weird because, right, it takes you on this adventure, or it takes you on this ride, while also remaining sedentary, right, in this one location, basically.
Yeah.
On an island in a lighthouse.
Yeah. So yeah, very enjoyable.
You'll watch CC big time.
You'll watch CC. You heard it here. Cold Skin. All right, well, that is it for this episode. Thank you for checking it out. Be sure to check out this episode's show notes for links to all our social media sites. But other than that, be sure to visit our website, nekkomedia.com. That's NEKKO media.com. And we also be on Twitter and Instagram. Very active on both of those. And you can check those out at cynical_mass. That's CINECAL_MASS. And feel free to get in touch through email, cinephilesandcinobites@gmail.com. Any movie recommendations, we'd love to check it out. Any screeners, we'd love to review. Any potential guests? Yeah, we love having guests on the show too.
Yeah, if you're a filmmaker, fucking hit us a line and we'll get you on the show. Ask you your top 6 movies and what it's like to be an artist like you.
Oh, yes. And any fellow cinephiles and Cenobites. You are welcome.
Yes.
Any place that they can hit you up, Mox?
At villainous_kind, Instagram and fucking Twitter, but don't bother. I rarely check it except when I'm drunk. So
Okay.
I'd either send it to Ono or the show.
Yeah, you can check me out on Twitter at This Is Ono. That's This Is OHNO. Same goes for Instagram.
Oh no!
Yup. All right. Well, thank you again. Take it away, Annika.
This has been a Nekko Media podcast broadcasting from the Blood Cave, part of the /Potter family. For myself, Annika Pussyfoot, Mox, and Ono, keep the lights on and check under that bed because there's only one universal truth. No lives matter. That means you. Stay rating, Wokeland.
We have candy.
This is us, Ono and Mox's podcast. Sounds like crap leaving ass, or duck fucking glass. Probably both, it's really bad. And we do the shit all for you. And we sound like shit while we do. Tigers podcast, we broadcasting shit podcast. Tigers podcast, in your face, in your dreams. Shit podcast. Tigers podcast, we broadcasting shit podcast. Tigers shit podcast, in your face, in your dreams. Shit podcast.
This is a Nekko Media podcast.